Hey folks, if you're watching this video, firstly, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna put this little intro on the beginning of a handful of these early drafts. I'm Johnny Phoenix. I'm just like a person who likes to play Magic. I'm out here watching all these videos, your LSVs, your Reeds, your Paul Cheons, and I love those videos. Reed Duke's my favorite player to watch. But sometimes when they keep trophying over and over and winning, it gets hard for me. I don't know if anyone else feels that, but I feel kind of like shit. And I just wish there was someone out there just playing Magic, grinding, and losing like me. So I'm going to put out some videos here. Hopefully they're a little more beginner friendly. There's not as much pressure. We're going to talk through things, take it pretty slow. And if that's your kind of thing, hopefully you can learn something. I'm going to be here learning with you. I don't have the technical skills of LSV. I don't have the stoicism of Reed to never get tilted. I don't have the draft expertise of years and years of draft content like Kenji or whatever. I'm just a guy playing some Magic because it's what I like to do, and I'm here learning with you. So we're going to jump into some Foundations drafts, and hopefully you enjoy. All right, folks, we're back for another Foundations draft. It has happened. I think we've got into Platinum, and as expected, we have hit the wall. I'm so happy with how well things went so far. I've been having a ton of fun and getting to win a lot. Last draft, we drafted Blue-Black Control. We went 1-3. It wasn't a great experience, but we're going to keep rolling. That stuff happens. So we'll see what we find this time. Again, I'm still trying to stay, well, trying to draft as well as I can. We're doing the best we can. We're doing our worst, and that's what counts. If there's Land of War Elves, I'll pick it. If there's Dazzling Angels and Banishing Lights, I'll pick those. Thousand Year Storm, I am not going to pick. There's been a lot of hate put on this card, some of it warranted. It is not a very good card, but it like doesn't look that much different than Banishing Light, right? Giving them a 1/1 is significant. But I'd rather just have a Stab or a Think Twice or maybe a Felidar Savior. You know, I said I liked these like blue-black control decks, and then I finally got into one, and it really didn't work out. But I'm going to take the Stab, I think. If this was one of the slightly better, if this was a Dazzling Angel, or if we had a Sunblessed Cleric, I might go white. I'm going to take the Stab. Okay. Oh my. Okay. Oh. Okay. A lot of good cards here. We do have one Stab already, so I don't think I need to jump on the second Stab. If I'm going to take a black card, I think it's going to be Vampire Nighthawk. Dazzling Angel is very good. But like Nighthawk looks an awful lot like Dazzling Angel. Just really hard to race. You know, gets in for evasive damage. Gains you a little bit of life. Nighthawk has the upside of having Death Touch. Can just trade with anything. So it's quite good, and that's what we're going to take. Okay, here I think we're going to take a white card. Fake Your Own Death. Not good enough, if you ask me. Savannah Lions, I don't think is it. Squad Rallier is like, I think pretty decent. I think it's good to just have one of these engines. And Squad Rallier does require you to have, you know, a certain deck construction. You need the 2 power or less cards, but like there are more like 3 drops and some bigger mana plays that have 2 power or less than you might think. That said, we could just take the Felidar Savior because it's just more straightforwardly better. And we'll probably get a Squad Rallier at another time. I don't know that we need more than 1 Squad Rallier. Oh my. You know, I honestly don't know what's better between Hunter and Reinforcements. Hero's Downfall also is good. I'm not even really staking my claim to white here because I've already passed the Felidar Savior, and now I'm probably going to take Hunter and pass Hawk and Reinforcements. There's also a Burst Lightning, but I feel like getting into the black-white game could be what we want to do, it looks like. The white cards are being opened, and so are the black cards for that matter. It could be that the unconditional removal spell, there's just a lot of removal in black. There's just a bunch of common removal spells as well. And Hunter is just really good. It's good when you get the black-white sacrifice synergies going. I think we want to just take as many Hunters as we can find. It's definitely better than Plunderer. And we'll see if we can pick up some Vampire Gourmands, if we can pick up some more helpful Hunters. I mean, we're getting to the point where I don't know that there's any limit to how many of these you should play. They just replace themselves for 2 mana and put a body in play. But we could, at this point, use some synergies. If I got this same pack again next time, I might consider the land or maybe the Guarded Air. There's just not really much else going on. And getting... Okay, I said I would take Llanowar Elves, but I think we're going to try the Tiny Bones here, maybe. I'm not really... Although having a Mischievous Pup with a bunch of helpful Hunters and a Felidar Savior, is that better than the Tiny Bones? Is the Gold Vein pick good to put on all our 1/1s? We'll try to be the grind 'em ups again, and we'll try the Tiny Bones. I have another shot at the pick if I want it. I don't really think, like, the Cerberus seems powerful. Pick's decent on the Nighthawk. There's still the Healer's Hawks out there. Make your move, just has some versatility, but doesn't seem that good. We're not really doing any of the life gain stuff right now. I don't know about that one. Oh, I definitely like it less now. I'm going to take the Blood Thief. We do have cheap creatures to put into play, so maybe we can get in for some damage. I mean, putting the counter on the Nighthawk is obviously really good as well. Target creature you control gains indestructible. Or all your creatures gain indestructible. I'm thinking about taking the Cove just to potentially splash blue. Divine Resilience seems pretty narrow, and I don't really have a lot of... Okay, all the picks. I definitely should have taken whatever other card I had instead of the pick. I'm going to take the zombie. Okay, and we got the Blight Priest if we do end up in the life gain deck. Okay, here's some synergy with all our helpful Hunters. I do wish there was some, like, Zombify Progenitus thing. I think I said this one time before. Fleeting Flight. Again, we just don't... We're not really like a Protect the Queen type deck. We're putting a bunch of junk into play, kind of. Shriek Mask can be fine. A 4/4 flyer for 4 is fine. We're not really doing anything with the mill. We're not on the Progenitus Zombify plan. So we're good with an Eaten Alive. Okay, maybe here we just take the Hero's Downfall. Hungry Ghoul is okay. Not as good as Gourmand. We definitely want Gourmand. There's a Big Fin Bouncer, which also is good. But I think, you know, just taking the Downfall. We don't have any unconditional removal spells right now. Oh, we took the Eaten Alive. Nah. We'll take one more. I don't think anything else on power level really was that close. A stab and an Eaten Alive. The Gold Vein pick looking slightly clunky. Felidar Savior. Well, now putting the counters on stuff is good. Makes the hunters into formidable threats. Now we're really going to be I mean, Buccaneer is the best card, I think. I mean, Luminous Rebuke is good. We'll just shore up our removal even more. We have good white cards. We have 3 helpful hunters, but we also have, you know, Nighthawk and Stab and Eaten Alive and Hero's Downfall. So I feel like totally pivoting off black-white. To take this Micromancer would be questionable. We're going to take the Dazzling Angel here. Again, if we're the more controlling deck, it's just really hard to race because it's going to gain us life. If we do end up with some life gain synergies, this is a great way to trigger it because you just want to be playing creatures anyway. Valkyrie, Seraph, Sage, Pilfer are the cards in our colors. I mean, there's an overrun. That's a powerful card. We could take the Seraph. Then we just could get the Dazzling Angel Vanguard Seraph thing going. Valkyrie's just not very strong without a critical mass of angels. Although it is a 2-drop. And it does have a sizable butt, so it could block. I think I'm going to take the Seraph, take the Flyer. Return all creature cards with mana value 2 or less. I'm not really the Twin Blade Blessing deck, and I just don't think Siphoner is that good. We have like a Vanguard Seraph as life gain payoffs. Given that we have 3 helpful hunters, if we just saw 3 more helpful hunters, even then I don't think Raise the Past would be good. We also have a Blight Priest on the life gain stuff. I'm going to take this and stick it here and see how out there we want to get. I just don't think I want to be on the Siphoner Blight Priest plan. Thank you. The 3/2 for 3. Threshold. I'm going to take a Pilfer, I think. I don't really see anything for me here. Oh, now we really just want to fill our graveyard for the 4-mana spells. I'm going to take a Fleeting Flight. Maybe the Blight Priests are the place I want to be. I don't want or need the Campus Guide. I think I'm just going to take the cheap creature. Nothing I'm playing here, obviously. I mean, the fact that Soulcaller can't block is a big liability, but picking up helpful hunters, just the value is through the roof. Yes, 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 and yes. I will take the best card in the set. Thank you very much. Well, maybe we'll get paid back for that game we lost to Liliana in the previous draft. I'd also take a Banishing Light. I'd take a Sunblessed Healer. I'd take as many Helpful Hunters as I can get to make this Raise the Past work. But we can't do anything here but pick Liliana. Having all the removal now seems pretty good. Just keep the board locked down until we can get to Liliana. We have Helpful Hunters to try and find it. I mean, I'm just going to end up taking the Valkyrie here, I think, as an early play, again with a big butt. Like, Meteor Golem doesn't serve the Liliana plan. Heir Apparent, I think, is just worse than Valkyrie. I already have, like, weird 4s. I don't need, like, a different marginal 4-drop. I do have Dazzling Angel and Vanguard Seraph as the tiniest bit of synergies with Youthful Valkyrie. I really could have used... I have one Tranquil Cove. But I also could just take the Eaten Alive. I was just about to say that I could have used more ways to make the body of the Helpful Hunter good, and Eaten Alive is definitely that. Dreadwing is the best uncommon based on win rate in the set. But I think we just want to be on the Liliana plan, and we don't need to start messing around. It is possible to... Okay, all that's here is an Armasaur guide and a zombie. So I'm going to take the Tranquil Cove on the weird chance that the Dreadwing comes around and that there's just nobody at the table in blue-black or something weird happens. Because I'm not really worried about missing out on an Armasaur or a Soul Shackled zombie. We could have done that thing. When this creature attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, this creature gets +2/+0, and it always has Menace. I think I just want to take the cheap card again. Oh, this did not work out great. Blood Thief looks pretty bad. Maybe the Blight Priests are actually... Okay, this is a card I think we can make use of. We have the Eaten Alives. We just want to clog up the board. Boy, what I wouldn't have given for a Vampire Gourmand to just gobble up all these other creatures and dig for Liliana. I just don't... I don't think we're the Midnight Snack deck. I think I'm going to take a Pilfer. Did I not already have a Pilfer? I thought I did. I guess I did not. I'm going to keep taking them. They're getting me through my deck. I guess I'm going to take a Crypt Feaster here in case I need to put a 3/4 into my deck to block. That's definitely... I did have a Pilfer. Maybe there's something there. Okay, I get an Armasaur guide if I want it. And a Savannah Lions. The tricky bit is that if I'm going to play these Diregraph Ghouls, I just have really split mana. I have a bunch of helpful hunters that I want to play early. I have this Nighthawk and Downfall is double black, Liliana is double black. Those are later game spells, but we still kind of need to have our mana under us, and we didn't get any fixing. $18 creatures. Maybe I just cut the ghouls. I definitely could cut one Pilfer. I could cut the Blood Thief. I have like a Valkyrie, a Dazzling Angel, and a Vanguard Seraph to fly in for damage. I could cut the Feaster or the Armasaur Guide. I'm just going to keep the Pilfers in and try to disrupt their curve. Felidar Savior. I guess, again, Felidar Savior makes the Hunters decent. Could make the Valkyrie decent. I'm really worried that Blood Thief is just going to be a 3-mana 2/2. Oh, we did. Okay. I got worried. I was like, I thought we had one Luminous Rebuke. Okay. We could play... Okay. Well, let's do that. I don't think either are going to be very good. Is the upside of Nighthawk plus Blood Thief good enough? We'll try it. I think our win rate is going to be determined by how many games we find and cast Liliana. A Hunter, an Eaten Alive, and a Pilfer, and a Nighthawk, and all the mana to cast them. Savannah Lions. Embarrassing. Embarrassing, buddy. We're just gonna... I could have Pilfered there, again, to try and disrupt their curve, but we'll try and Pilfer a little later. The helpful Hunter into the Savannah Lions is just so nice to keep our life total high. They didn't play anything on 2, so I could Pilfer here and maybe take their 3 as well. But I feel like putting Nighthawk into play is pretty good. Maybe they have Cathar Commando or Resolute Reinforcements. They didn't. Maybe they have a Giant Growth? Or a Fleeting Flight or something that they don't want to just waste on the Hunter. We could have used the land, that's for sure. I think I'm still racing. The Beastkin could hit back for 4 potentially. I'm just never playing and activating the Tiny Bones. Loot, Dwynen's Elite, Felling Blow, Bite Down. They have an elf now. Loot would be a problem in the long run. Well, they're going to get my Nighthawk regardless. We'll try this. We'll try to keep the Nighthawk. Also gets rid of the elf, so the Dwinnen's Elite doesn't make a 1/1. We do need to find... Oh, geez. Okay. Well, that backfired. We need to find something to deal with the loot. Some lands would help. Okay, that was nice. It's double green, right? Yep. It's not an elf. Nope. Okay. Okay, a land. What does that do for me? I mean, we assembled the combo. I could also play... Tiny Bones plus Valkyrie. Or I could play Seraph. Okay. Now we can double spell and set the combo up next turn. They can't bite this down. Now they can. They can bite down either one. We did lose the combo of Valkyrie plus. This just triggers at end step if your opponent lost life. We're going to keep pressing as best we can. I mean, putting Tiny Bones in play just makes them play out whatever card. Kind of puts pressure on them. And then this thing grows and eventually it blocks the Paladin as well. Okay, so they have loot activation next turn. But that's kind of fine if they want to spend, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's fine, maybe it's not. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. I guess I want to play Soul Shackled Zombie as well to get the life gain trigger and get the Surveil. I should have eaten alive first and eaten the... Do I have literally no way to get things back from my... I have the one vampire. Okay, we're going to keep that and assume that will lock up the game for us. Blood Thief was not a 3-mana 2/2. It was not a Grey Ogre. They block 4, take 4. So that doesn't... I didn't have lethal there, I don't believe, even if I... We'll just play around a Wrath. We'll hold up Hero's Downfall. If they draw a single removal spell and kill Seraph, that sucks. But if their removal spell is like a Bite Down or a Felling Blow, then the Downfall protects us. If it was a Joust Through, that would... or a Rebuke, like, those would have gotten us for sure. I could have... no, we had 6 mana. I couldn't have activated Tiny Bones to press them to do something and still had Hero's Downfall. So I think we did that right. Oh, nice. Let's keep going. That game felt pretty fun. Feels like we did our thing pretty nicely. I don't know about the pilfer. Yeah. We kind of left ourselves... We're on the draw and we have Hunter, so we're gonna... We're also gonna draw a Swamp off the top, so we're golden. Plenty of removal and interaction. Essence Scatter isn't uncommon. It's less likely. If they just play like an Adept, I don't love that. We could have pilfered. It was a Think Twice. Okay. Think Twice is good against us. It's just, you know, easy 2-for-1. We've got plenty of time to deal with the Kiora. I'm surprised. I mean, maybe if they were looking for lands or just needed to sculpt their hand in some other way. But running out Kiora with, you know, 1 card in your graveyard is sort of asking it for to be a 3-mana 3/2. But maybe their hand was... I don't know. They discarded 1 land and 1 expensive spell. I think I just want to play my Angels and then start dealing with things. Like getting these 2 Angels in play together is pretty powerful, it seems. Play a creature, gain a life, surveil. Although I am light on creatures after that. It could trade with the Kiora. Again, we just don't need to kill the Kiora right away. I don't need to spend my mana inefficiently. If I had a second black, I could have pilfered and eaten alive. Here we can pilfer and hand check them, and then we can rebuke the Kiora. Or we could just do the thing we said we wanted to do and put the Seraph in play. I think we'll definitely hand check them before we attack if that's the thing we're going to do. Voyage. Okay. I mean, we just want to get this going, right? I think Angel's better than a random card. So we're able to land into their graveyard. They did have a Rebuke. Pup kind of does nothing because we're about to kill the Kiora anyway. We have so much removal. They get another loot, which is good. I still think I want to get... This is slightly inefficient, but I think I want to get the Dazzling Angel in play first to immediately get the trigger, should it live. So we're going to use the... How else could it pay for 1 black? I'm confused. Before auto tap would have tapped this swamp, but now auto tap will tap this swamp. Light Shell Duo. Okay. They got a lot of stuff going on, that's for sure. If I don't downfall this now, then the pup gets value. The problem is, like, how much do I care? I could just get my card into play. Yeah, because they could still think twice and pup. I don't know. Hopefully the Angels can... Okay, they found an Ink Mage. It's just unblockable, right? This creature can't be blocked as long as there's 7 or more cards. They have just got to surveil every turn. They've Kiora'd, they've Think Twiced. And they put something they wanted on top. We have assembled the combo. I believe I want to land to go to my graveyard. We are again going to stab the creature while they don't have pup. Some synergy there. We're going to try to do the thing and see what happens. Play the Felidar Sovereign, put the counters on, get the trigger. Okay, this is like not a thing. I mean, maybe they have some reason, but there's just no... Why would you do that here? What if I have sorcery speed removal? You know? Like, they don't know my last card. I guess... You know, theoretically, it's fine here, but like I've had it happen before where my opponent gets trigger happy and just wants to play their thing pre-combat, and then I play sorcery speed removal on their flash creature that never should have gotten it. So like, don't do this. If you want to, yeah. I don't know if there's any reason to hold our land. I don't think there is. I don't think there's really a huge reason to play it either. Nice, fellow chucker. We'll see what happens. I mean, they just got a bunch of fresh cards. Helpful Hunter is sick, I will say. Very good card to have. Soul Caller. I would have picked up a Helpful Hunter. I think we played pretty decent when we saw the pup. I mean, in the end, they still the value could not be stopped. Their deck looked we didn't see anything super powerful. Helpful Hunters, A+. Well, Helpful Hunter, good card. Okay, just another magical hand. It would be nice if our deck had some top end. The big 5/5 mythic guy, or the big 6/6 angel, or the big 6/6 demon. If we had like an Arabo, that would be really awesome with our cats. Okay, I feel like they have a stab. Blue-black. Could be a tough one. I mean, they get the Nighthawk, and we play the parent, and then we have the Soul Caller for later. I do feel like they had a stab. Even though stabbing Prideful Parent isn't very good, if I can just totally play around it, I'll do that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, I mean, luckily we had like a little bit of a curve out here, but that's tough. I think I said it before, there's just not enough really good enchantments. All those big 5-mana enchantments kind of suck. And a food, huh? So, like the Cathar Commandos and the Make Your moves just kind of aren't good enough. The Angel or the Nighthawk, they're essentially the same card. Hopefully we can just race them. Things definitely are starting to get bad, that's for sure. Yeah, we knew they had that. Okay, they're still a little bit of ways from that. Pilfer obviously sucks here. Because there's just drawing infinite cards. But it might have been nice to just, like, see what was going on. We'll keep... I don't know. We're not really playing around Burglar Rat or anything. They're functionally on 8. We have 6 power in play. Okay. I guess Pilfer does something for us. Macabre Waltz, think twice. Skyship Buccaneer. I mean, they have infinite card advantage anyway, so we'll just take the thing that blocks. Terror and Gutless Plunderer. And they still have another food. God, why is Bacon of Wise so freaking good? If the card just didn't make the food, we win this game. We just can't, like, we could live 2 turns and have the arena kill them. I don't think we can live 5 turns. Discard a land. I probably would have discarded Think Twice. There's also like a tiny chance they get too aggressive and do something like this. They could upkeep, eat the food. If we just had anything... Should I get in for 1 while I can? Maybe like the zombie? We can like surprise deal 2 to him. Whenever this creature attacks. I think I just have to play it now. I'm assuming... Oh, they just bake again. Yeah, I'm dead. Don't kill my cat. Don't kill my cat. Whew. Helpful Hunter, better than Phyrexian Arena. Okay, even though we're in Platinum, we got our 3 wins already. Everything else, just gravy. Easy peasy. 3 fun games. That last one. Stressful. Very stressful. Yeah. If we had a Phyrexian Arena... It'd be nice. It'd be nice. That's all I'm saying. An Alenda, an Arbo, any of that stuff we would have taken. This hand, I believe we must mulligan. Another not great hand. I really don't feel like I want to get rid of my removal spell, but I'm going to do that. Okay. Maybe I would have... Well, I mean, we need the lands too. We're in a tough spot. Helpful Hunter? Okay, yep. I would have gotten rid of a land had I known. I'd still take Helpful Hunter. Are we going to Luminous Rebuke in 06? Jeskai 1 plains, 1 mountain, 1 island. Obviously Tower. Power Plant, because it's like a grain field. And then I don't know how this one's the mine. You got me there. Oh, this is Power Plant because it's Hydro. Okay, all lands. We can play the Felidar Savior. That doesn't really do anything. And They have a bunch of open mana, or we can do nothing. We like needed to draw cards that did something. I mean, it's possible I should have just attacked with the 2/2 and tried to see what they do. I mean, the Blood Thief is just face up, so they know if it hits them, it grows. Could have held the Rebuke to hit the wall. That seems like a rebukable target right there. They could have Burst Lightning, or it could just be holding priority for the exile another target creature. Okay, so it's still safe to rebuke the Kaikar. We're gonna do that. But any cards that do anything, we could go for a few of those. If we had the Squad Rallier, that'd be really nice. I believe this is the draft where we saw one early and passed it for something else and then ended up not seeing one again. It's possible that our... Well, no, it's not possible. I was going to say it's possible our opponent's on the all lands plan, but they topped that one. I mean, they got to have something good here. They topped. Is it better than Kaikar? It's a Shivan Dragon. It's a good one. Okay, card that does something. Card that does something. Removal spell for the dragon would just... Okay, redraw. Bait. Baited so hard. Don't sleep on Rune-Sealed Wall, by the way. It blocks everything, and like my opponent just has gone ham setting their draws every turn. Bouncing my Blood Thief. If only they would have bounced Helpful Hunter. Well, at least we know we have a thing to play next turn. Rune-Sealed Wall wreaking havoc on priority. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could take another giant hit and let them untap, which doesn't seem like a good thing. Blood Chief just stinks. I can't even really get in. The problem is that they've been setting their draws, and we've set our draws to land. Like, I need a removal spell for the wall. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're more than halfway through our lands. We could hit a clump of action. We could just get something good going. Okay, that could have been worse. Make 2 1/1s. Our engine has arrived. We'll see if it's long for this world. You got me. I mean, we're not even really... I don't know what we're playing around. Sure Strike. We're not really playing around Burst Lightning or anything. Because they could just kick the Burst Lightning anyway. During your turn, you may play cards you don't own with stash counters on them. Did I just play a land? Ugh. Okay. Well, we biffed that one, unfortunately. I mean, I feel like I want to have all my lands in play for Tiny Bones, and it's unlikely that they'll... Yeah, that was just my fault. Just not paying attention to what was getting tapped and what we had in our deck. Topped again. Maybe they'll... Okay. Witness protection, baby. Sure. I mean, come on now. It's kind of weird. Like, they were just... I guess they either use the witness protection on Tiny Bones or he eats it. Yeah, I mean, they just never draw a land for the rest of the game, which kind of stinks. Okay, they're thinking. They're thinking. Thinking hard. What did we... Yeah, I mean, we rebuked a Kaikar and we eaten alive the Shivan Dragon that was going to kill us. Like, we just never found the... Never found the spot where we were able to deal with the wall and then just did his thing. Opponent is deep, deep undercover. What could this be that they... Okay, they kept. Heroic reinforcements. Okay. You just want a bunch of 1/1s, huh? I don't believe I have any way of rescuing Tiny Bones from under here, and he just doesn't do anything. But do I just snap off the trade with the Nighthawk now? The Nighthawk obviously holds back all the 1/1s. It's just a weird, tough situation. Like, I could chump, but I could also just... I could also just trade the 1/1s. Tough to say. We have 6 lands and 15 spells. Opponent is sapping my precious life. Holding priority with this wall. Alright. Surveilled 2 lands. Didn't I? Oh, another land, huh? I guess maybe we should have just blocked. There's just endless things that we need to remove. I don't really see how we I don't see how we win this game like this. Can I have a rune sealed wall, please? It wouldn't have helped. There were just too many lands. It was too concentrated. 5 lands out of 19. It's the Abrade, and I mean, we're not dead, but we're dead. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? That was definitely a tough one. Definitely showed the power of the wall in some ways. Okay. A lot of lands again. We could look... I don't know what the math is between 16 and 17 lands. I don't really think it's that meaningful. But it is possible that in best of 1, 16 is just the correct number instead of 17. They're doing it up. Matchies. Very nice. Did these come out in like the last 6 months? Because I haven't ever seen either of these before. Oh, good. They were just figuring out how to take a pre-game action, huh? We've got a thing with evasion and Stromkirk Blood Thief. Do they have an Abrade? Axe is going to be tough to beat, especially when they got to put it into play for free. Axe is already good, even when you don't get to put it into play for free. We're going to take our value, and then they'll use their turn equipping Axe. We'll get hit for 100 damage, and then we'll go from there. We'll untap, stab, attack them back for 4. And hopefully we can win the race, because they're... I'm going to stab now. If they have a giant growth, then we just die. And this at least, you know, I don't know what it does. You need to equip Axe. Soul Caller just does nothing. Nope, they're going to play a Goblin. Okay, okay. Sure, sure. Our deck just stopped having useful cards in it. I think if they just play a creature with 4 power, we're dead. But what could I do about that? No, they don't have... no, it'd have to be like a Cerberus so that they could also equip. A Giant Growth? Would a Giant Growth do it, I think? I mean, Giant Growth would be so easy. Play Giant Growth, equip, get all the pumps. We need a card that does something big time. I think Luminous Rebuke is probably like the only thing that... Because we have them on a 2-turn clock if we can just somehow survive. Okay, not anymore. I've definitely been in this spot where I'm casting the elephant and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with said elephant yet. Okay, I go to 7. And then, yeah, I need Luminous Rebuke to destroy the thing they put the axe on. Does Ruby kill me with the axe? They don't die. They don't die. I die. They could just go to 1 and kill me. Nope, nope. Does blocking 5... I have 7 toughness, and they'll have 10, 11, 12, 13 power. Did I need to attack with the Valkyrie there? Does just the Blood Thief keep me alive? No. Yeah. I can just block the Ruby and take 10. Maybe I should have... I should have hit him with the Valkyrie to make sure I could kill him. But that's really dangerous. If I draw a removal spell, They still wouldn't have to block. What if I draw a land? At this point, I like want to go to 15 lands, right? Like that's how that's how I feel right now. 13 cards deep, 8 of them were lands. We did pretty admirable for having 5 cards to work with, I think. Yeah, I mean, we'll just tiny bones them. Or not. Over there? We did our worst, and that's what counts. GG's. Okay. We're doing fine. We're doing fine. We'll see if we have a card to put in our deck. We already had 3 wins, right? So it didn't matter. We don't really have a card to put in our deck. I guess it's an Armasaur Guide. I guess it's an Armasaur Guide. Could be a Blight Priest that just doesn't do anything. The combat tricks are just kind of whatever. I've been saying we don't have any power in our deck. We haven't seen Liliana. 5 games, 0 Lilianas. I did say our win rate would be determined by how often we see Liliana. Okay, we have plays we can make. I'm taking my life in my hands here. Oh, the irony. We got what we asked for. Oh? I mean, if they have the Adept, I want the thing in play. I also want the thing in play for the Savior. It's a Cutthroat. Okay. That does complicate things, that's for sure. If they play a 4-power creature, we're pretty much dead. Make your own. There's no way they block. Are you going to give me... Okay. Do I stab the bouncer to try and kill a 3/3? We did not draw too many lands this game. Turn clock, baby. Pilfering them doesn't really matter because they're just going to win the game with Sylvan Scavenging. Tiny Bones also doesn't matter, but maybe like if we draw some lands, we can start doing something. I mean, they've got to have stuff going on here, right? Okay, they've definitely got stuff going on now. Evolving Wilds, not that scary. Needed to snap that off immediately. Swamp. Okay. It's a good combo. I mean, we have to have, like, find some... I mean, we're dead. Like, I don't know what else to say, but we're dead. Yeah. Okay, so we can get in for 0 damage. Eaten Alive. Good one. Very good one. Totes cool. Take one, buddy. This just like kind of doesn't do anything. Now we have the option to take 1 million damage, approximately 1 million. Okay, well, I remember a few drafts ago when we had Vivian and we drew Vivian every freaking game and won a lot of those games. Our decks have stopped functioning. 6 games, 0 Lilianas. Any one of those games where we had 1,000 lands, Liliana probably would have been marginally useful instead of a land. What are you going to do? Was that the 3/3 into the 0/3 or the 3/0 into the 0/3? I think. I thought this deck was like decent. 4 Helpful Hunters. Liliana was just in the bottom half of our deck every game. I guess we had 4 Helpful Hunters. Like, we should have seen a lot of lands because we were drawing extra cards, but that one didn't feel very good. It started off feeling fine. And again, we went 3-3. I'm happy.